This poor girl. It's so hard dealing with cystic acne. I had cystic acne for a few years in my teen years, and I had to go on Accutane. It was so bad. And then several years later, I was vegan for 4 or 5 years. Now, there's something really interesting that people don't think about, and that is that plant foods have a lot more potential to cause reactions or triggers in your body. There's a lot of different compounds and massive diversity whenever you're eating so many different types of plants. While processed foods and sugar and dairy can pretty easily make people break out, so can corn or beans or nuts or seeds. And a lot of people think that if you just eat really clean, everything should be fine. And that if you're breaking out, then you're just detoxing all of the bad stuff that you ate. And breaking out from detoxing is usually a myth. Your skin can purge, but if it is persistent and it keeps getting worse, then it's likely not that. And if you did have your hormones checked and they looked normal, that doesn't really mean a whole lot for you specifically. So if you haven't seen like a functional medicine doctor that specializes in stuff like that, then you might want to get tested again, because even if your hormones are in like a normal range, they might not be optimal for you specifically. It's just a very individualized process. But another thing that is so important is to take a food sensitivity test. I only just recently took one, and I didn't realize so many foods that I had high sensitivity to that I used to eat all the time. And soy was one of them, chickpeas were another, and those are two, big food items that people that are plant-based usually eat. So just because a food is considered healthy, it doesn't really mean that it won't harm you in some type of way, just because our biology does vary when it comes to sensitivities and allergies and things like that. And it's so ironic that animal products are so demonized, because meat is the one food that people with chronic inflammation or autoimmune disorders or really any like systemic disease, they can eat meat and be fine. But a lot of plant foods will hurt them really badly. So that's interesting.